Bendiciones. Today is January 4. January 4. Saturday. The days are all off. Like today we went out to go to the store and I was like, "Oh, it's Saturday." And then my daughter was like, "What?" She thought it was Wednesday. And so like the days are like all um, mixed up. And I was telling her, like, we were talking about New Year's and all of that. People get really crazy on New Year's over here with the fireworks and the gunshots and everything. Like, I think, like, from Christmas, before Christmas, all the way past New Year's, blast, 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 every night, all day. Probably right now. Oh, actually, a little while ago they did because the dogs started freaking out. But you'll probably hear, like, every little while. Right now it's like 8, I think, like around 8 o'clock. It's super dark outside. But I was telling her like that the time is like off, like easily, if depending on how people think about the flat earth and the dome and the sun and the moon, is if it's manufactured plasma, like whatever it is, but that they have um, abilities to shorten days, like to shorten the days. So like if it's really one full day, but they are moving the time, moving the sun so that it sets faster and the time is moving faster, and we don't realize like 3 days, and then they squeeze 3 days from one day, and it just goes fast, like everything is just moving at a super fast pace. And at night too, like if you stay up and when everything is quiet, like at night, and you notice, like what I notice here outside, like there's something out there like lurking, you know? There's something out there. Like I'll go out and then I like sometimes like I could feel like a something out there watching, and like I'll hear like no 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 go back, and so I go back because I'm like like I don't know like what kind of demonic realm was opened and released. It's out there. And the other night, like I heard something out there. Actually, like 3 nights ago, first there was like it sounded like thunder or something like weird, but it was like a sunny day. This is like when it was still like sunny day, so it was like 5 days ago, and it was like clear day, clear the night, clear too. But it kept making like rumbling sounds. At first, I thought somebody was taking in their trash can because it sounded like that, but it kept going every little while for like a long while. So finally, I was like, I'm gonna look. So I got up, and then I looked, and then I saw the other neighbor looking, then the other neighbor looking, and we were all like looking out there. And then I heard the one neighbor say like, "Did you hear that too?" Really loud. And so I was like, "What the heck was that?" It was just like rumbling sounds, but there was no like thunder, lightning, rain, nothing like that. So it was really strange. And at night, like really late, there's like strange sounds. Like it sounds like sometimes it sounds like that there's an airplane really low, but like a echoing sound. And I don't record it. I probably should. Like I'm not one of those that run and record everything, but I should because it like is consistent now. Like I hear it a lot, and I'm just like, well, what is it? And then the other night, I heard, um, I heard something, but then I like went out there and it was like fog, like super thick, a lot of fog. And I was like, that's weird. Like it just looked really weird. Like I'm not used to seeing that around here. And right away it reminded me of like on the Hunger Games when that fog rolls in and they're like, oh, it's toxic, and they have to run because it like burns them. So I was like, what the heck? So when I saw like the fog out there, like really thick, that came to my mind. I was like, whoosh. I closed the door real quick. I was like, oh man. And like strange things are happening, and I don't know like what they're putting on, like putting in the air that gets released on the plants. Like you have plants outside, you're growing vegetables outside, and then all of this toxicity. I think they made like an underground. Um, they do have an underground like civilization already running, like already. Like there's already working with their little McDonald's and their like whatever they have going on down there, and that's why there's people. You're gonna see more high level. Probably they already are, and they just have their AI robots that come out and say like a little something to people to keep so people don't question it. But like higher ups, they're gonna disappear. Like I knew that from before. Like when you start seeing them disappear, that's when you know that it's like close, close, close time. Mmm, this one's my favorite one. Delicioso. It's so good. I love ginger, lemon, everything. But they have their own underground things. Like they were talking about, like I don't know, like in I'm in America, in the United States of America, and they have like a lot of kids, a lot of little kids were brought. Uh, Pilots were saying that they had brought airplanes full of little kids, and they were bringing them, and then people were like, well, where'd they go? They disappeared. Those underground cities. That's like the arc where they're trying to get the few people that they're gonna save. Like Noah's Ark. So that's how they're thinking is they're gonna save the few people in their underground cities, and all of these high level um, government officials they know, and there's just not enough room for everybody. So they're not gonna tell. They're obviously not gonna tell people because then people will panic. So people are just gonna live their life every day and without knowing, and there's no way like if they were to tell people like, oh, this something's coming and it's gonna hit the earth and it's gonna cause all of this, the grid's gonna go down, no electricity, you know, yeah, some people will get generators, but a lot of people will just panic and they'll just say, you know what, fuck it, and they'll start acting a fool and doing, crazy, crazy stuff, burning buildings, burning stores, robbing Targets, they'll start acting up, and that's probably why they don't say nothing to people. But that's not an excuse, though. I think that they should tell people, but um, they don't care because they know that they have a spot for them and their loved ones, and that's it. And if they say anything, they could jeopardize their safety of them and their family. So they keep it, just like if somebody were to call you and say, like, hey, we have this underground bunker that we're saving all these people. You have to keep it secret, and it's going to only be for you and, whoever is in your family, your immediate family. And that's it. You guys can come in, and there's no space for nobody else. And if you say anything, then you're not going to come in. Nobody's going to say anything. Only in the movies do people speak up. The people here like to just think of that's their survival. So I don't know. We got to get generators and places that haven't been like I have told my kids from a long time ago that here in San Diego, I know it's gonna snow. They're gonna have snow here, and not like San Diego. What? What? Were you playing the thing? What? Were you playing the thing? How come you don't turn on the amp? Why are you doing that? I can edit you out. Why don't you? I'll give a shout out. I want to give a shout out to. Eat uh, hmm, the coconut one or the peanut one. We got a pack of donuts. They were from Too Good to Waste. It was $5, but I had a credit, so it was only 25 cents.
I need to still pay the $5.
Before, but then it was 25 cents this time. It was a pretty good pack. How many donuts were there? 12? 1, 2, 3, 12. Because I ate one and then you. Well, 13? And then plus the donut holes. And good donuts. Also with cinnamon rolls and a good variety. And then 2 bags of donut holes. Shout out to Honey's Donuts. It was from the Too Good to Waste. Is that one good? I don't like all the stuff on it. My favorite ones is the old-fashioned plain donut. That's it. But every like blue moon, like we don't have donuts very often, but since we haven't had anything sweet or any kind of dessert type of thing, we got that. Well, we were supposed to get it like on New Year's or the day after New Year's, but then the guy on the Too Good to Waste switched the pickup date, so we didn't even get to have it. So then that's why we had to get it today, on January 4th. Our donuts. Our yearly donuts. And I don't know, she'll probably eat like 2, and then we'll probably give the rest of them to the dogs. I already gave, well, I gave the rest of mine. I only took a couple of bites, because again, I only like the old-fashioned one. It's too sweet. I don't like a lot of sweet stuff. And the one I had was like the, what was it, like cinnamon, it had like cinnamon sprinkle on it or something, like the cinnamon, kind of like a cinnamon roll, but a donut, crumble, whatever. I just took like 2 little bites, just to eat a little sweet. And then I gave the rest to my friend. Little Pup, my dog. And she took it, she ate it in 1 bite. Like, she just swallowed it whole. Like a snake. She looks like a sushi roll. Anyways, so back to the underground bunkers. Bye.